Well, that's it, folks. We just can't wait any longer. It's got to be 2 o'clock somewhere. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Rob Appell. Welcome to Friday Fun Day Live here at Stitchin Heaven, Quitman, Texas, although I'm standing out here in California. It is another intermittent weather day for us. We've been having a lot of wonderful rain. I'm in Central California or Central Coast of California, so I didn't get all the flooding that Southern California did. But it's sunny out right now. It was raining again yesterday, so lots of fun. Hello and welcome to all of you out there. Make sure you tell everybody who you are, where you're coming from, what kind of quilts you like to do in the chat below. If it's your first day here, we like to do a little Friday live, kind of a review, a follow-up of what I've been working on primarily, although I've got some really exciting news today to share with everybody about a new team member that I think you're going to, well, I know you're going to absolutely love. So we're going to be discussing that. I've got a couple specials and things I'd like to share with you. Had a couple of adventures recently. Want to talk about some of the really cool things we've got up here on the wall today, which is pretty exciting as well. So I'm just going to take a few moments and let everybody log in. Please let me know what it looks like today. This was the first time in using our software that it told me it was going to give you all high def video today. Normally it says it puts out at 720. Today it's promising 1080. So I'm hoping it looks beautiful out there and it sounds great. Hopefully no major issues today. It seems like about every third or fourth live video I get one with very few glitches, right? So let's keep our fingers crossed. Today is that day for us all. I do have a bit too much caffeine running through my bloodstream. I had my coffee early, so I don't have an excuse to sign off today, but we don't have a ton of things to drag out today's video with. So I think I'm going to dive in and get started. I see we've got a lot of you coming in from Wisconsin, of course, and Newfoundland, Maine, and South Carolina, Virginia, Ohio. Yeah, I do know my state abbreviations, or most of them, folks. This is pretty great. So again, go ahead and communicate with each other. Be part of our community out there while I run through my little announcements and show. I'll check back in a little bit for some questions. If any of you had questions on the videos that have been posted the last few weeks, something I can serve you with, please feel free to ask those today. I'll do my best to answer them as well for us, but this is pretty exciting. So we normally start out by saying welcome to all 50,000 subscribers, but it happened so fast, folks. I've got an update. Boom, we're at now 51,000 subscribers. So make sure that if you are not one of those subscribers, you just hit that little button. And also down in the description, folks, we have the links for a lot of the things we talk about in the live videos. So if I start going too fast, or I don't always put up actual URLs or links in the live feed, they're in the description for you. And most of the things we talk about are actually located at stitchinheaven.com, which I think is pretty dang exciting. And while we're talking about stitchinheaven.com, I want to point out right now that awesome code W23T3, which means buy one, get one half off on notions of equal or lesser value. And folks, we've got a full page loaded up with all kinds of great stuff that you can get at that special. And notions are notions, and they're the stuff we use all day long, and some of it's consumable, like rotary blades or pins and clips and things, needles and stuff. So I went through, the wool mats are on there. I saw a bunch of other great things, the Guggenheim scissors, if you don't already have a pair of those. So make sure you check out our wonderful Notion special we have going on online. And I'm also going to point out, coming up March 1st is the start, and so it's all of March and all of April, we are participating in the first annual All Texas Shop Hops. This is pretty cool. We're going to have a bunch of specials, both in store as well as online. So it's pretty cool. And let me go ahead and just have Karen tell you more about it.
Hi, I'm Karen with Stitchin Heaven. Morning, Gus. Nice to see you today. I'm here to talk Shop Hop. Shop Hop starts March 1st and runs through April 30th. We have so many store specials for you. We have our Island Boutique exclusive fabric collection designed by Deb Luttrell. This is Jolene wearing our summer solstice quilt, but don't worry, Jolene won't take your man or your quilt. This quilt kit comes 100% pre-cut. So all you have to do is open the box and start sewing. Now, also we have for you in our fabric collection, we have layer cakes, pre-cuts, jelly rolls, That's just some of the items you're gonna see while visiting us here at Stitchin Heaven. Can't wait to see all you shoppers. See y'all soon.
And I wish I could just get her to go, and now back to you, Rob, but isn't that cool? And part of why I wanted to show you that video, folks, when I mentioned we've got some pretty exciting news, which gives me the opportunity to jump into what we call the Grateful List. And again, if you're a new viewer today here, the Grateful List is just the way that we all celebrate the greatest things that have happened in the last week. So feel free to start your Grateful List in the comments below and let everybody know what you've been grateful for. Here's my list, and unfortunately they all come up at once, but here's how it works. So my first in my grateful list, and I hope he's watching right now, is a gentleman named Elijah. Elijah is a new team member at Stitchin Heaven, and he's going to be awesome to work with. He is our new camera operator, cinematographer, and he's going to be helping me with a lot of the video production, and he has got some skills. If you couldn't tell with the video that he just put together from Karen, so he's been with us for about a week and a half or so. He also shot this last week. This is just a quick little clip. But not only does it showcase how awesome the retreat center is, and you know I keep talking about our retreats coming up, but I just want to see, again, this is the benefit of having a young person that has a whole different feel and a whole different eye than what I've been doing. I think you're going to really like what he's doing. So anyways, this is just a quick sample of some of the things he was doing last week. Let me play this for you real quick.
Hi guys, I'm Kristen with IC Stars Quilting, and this is my private retreat inside Stitchin Heaven in Quitman, Texas. This retreat center is absolutely gorgeous. I am blown away. We have 26 girls here this weekend, and they are having a wonderful time. We are being very well fed, very well taken care of, and very well pampered. We will definitely be coming back to Stitchin Heaven for this retreat again. Hopefully you can have your own retreat here soon.
Isn't that awesome stuff he's doing? And what's really fun is you'll hear him. He's going to be like the guy over the fence, right? You hear him, but you don't quite see him. But you'll hear him at a lot of times in the end of the videos, getting that little lasty hee-haw in, or getting folks to do the wave and stuff. And like I said, he's got a great personality and a great eye for what we're doing. For me, it's going to be a huge blessing, because up until now, I've been trying to do all of this by myself. And so he'll be helping both with the creative side, but also helping with the camera, maybe some special effects, so we can really do some exciting things for all of you with the videos that are coming up. So yeah, I'm really, really pumped up about that. And I should mention, last week we had the easiest log cabin quilt block ever video. And real quick, I didn't even point out that I have it standing now here behind me on the set. And so this is something that I kind of did to be a good and easy tutorial to make a very easy quilt using log cabin blocks that are, this one here is very accurate and perfect, but the rest of them are much more wonky or freestyle, carefree style quilting. And so I wanted to go ahead and work on something that would be very simple as we're focusing around learning to quilt, because it's the beginning of a new year. However, I was having some, I'm just going to say depression, because I do struggle with that as a recovering alcoholic. And so I wasn't feeling real motivated. I was having a hard time getting going. But when I started playing with the colors of this quilt and the fabric, these are all the Benartech solids and my New Worlds together. And boy, I just started really having a lot of fun. So I got this comment on the video that went up just a few days ago. So please check it out. It's a really cool video, and it's a really fun freeform technique. But this viewer here, she was saying, love watching your videos. Thank you. Or I just assume it's a she. Love watching your videos. Would love if you could go further and show how you match up the blocks for the full quilt top. I always have a difficulty lining up all of the quilt blocks without Y seams. Well, this is a perfect question, folks. And whoop, I'm lost here for a second. Here we go. And it's something that happens to a lot of us with these freestyle quilts, or maybe t-shirt quilts, where we're doing things of different sizes, and then we need to bring them all back together. And I can't say that I have a great answer, but I will say I have a decent solution. And that is make it really, really busy, because right here in this seam from here and up, This row was coming together, and I left overlap here and overlap here between these blocks. But folks, I really just pressed this under and pressed this over so I had a finished edge, and I have top stitched this down until the quilt is quilted. Now in a quilt like that that's really busy, I don't believe you can see it at all, and once the machine quilting takes over, you won't see it. But yes, as I was building the project, I started with a bunch of scraps and started building block by block on the wall, kind of finding ones that fit together, like the greens you see down there in the corner, putting them together. Now you see all four. But if you look close, this really isn't the final layout that I came up with. So as I started building the blocks, you'll start to notice they start to get a little bit smaller. And that's the other key I can kind of offer a little bit at the moment, is having a variety of sizes of blocks will start to help us bring them in together. So you see the green one down here right now that was over here originally. So I've been moving things around to, one, help them fit together better, but secondly, to help balance out those colors. So that was really fun. And like I told everybody, I went on an adventure this week. So let me back up a little bit to our grateful list, because I've mentioned snuggle time, and last week I've been trying to get a picture of, at least a little bit of a picture of, these two knuckleheads together. So this is Charlie. He's our 14-year-old cat, and if you look close on the pillow, Winston is under the covers and with his head on the pillow, and these two have decided to start to share our bed together. This has taken 14 years to happen, and we are very excited that these two are having snuggle time together. So it's been a lot of fun. This was the best picture. I've been promising for 2 weeks, folks. I'm sorry, I'm still working on it, obviously. Now, on to point number 3 in the grateful list, adventure, right? We always want great adventure, and for me, adventure is one of those things that keeps me going, keeps me motivated. And so yesterday, in between the weather, there's a really cool place. It's called Big Falls. It's next to where I live here, and I haven't been to the waterfall in about 20 years, and I don't want to ruin the whole story or not, but yesterday, Sanford and I took the log cabin quilt out to be christened in the woods. So here's a little bit of that. I'll do a little narrating over the top, just because I've been working on a video that'll be up in a few weeks. Next week will be the Arabella video, but you can see we had a little bit of river or creek crossings, and then immediately the creek, or the road, turned into the creek. So there was a little bit of a while where we just had to drive through the water, through the creek. And of course we were doing our best to do very little damage. We were very responsible in the backcountry that way. But it was pretty fun. I got to take a buddy with me, so he helped a bit with the camera work. I did lose one of my fog lights. That wasn't that big of a deal. We're gonna just put that back in when we I found it in the bushes get back to the base station here. But boy, did I get some neat photographs and videos of that quilt out in the outdoors. So at any rate, it was a lot of fun going out, having fun, being wild and crazy. And so at any rate, the other thing I was celebrating in the woods, if you're not aware, I talk about it often, I am a recovering alcoholic here. And this is, let's just do this for us, folks. Let's put it in the overhead camera so you can all enjoy. This is year 12 coin. So I always get them. The 20th will be my actual 12-year anniversary, but this one's really cool. It has a mountain scene on it, and it says the best view comes after the hardest climb. So I thought that would be really fun, and so I always take the new coin out on an adventure before it can go in my pocket. So this is now allowed to go in my pocket, but I will wait till the 20th to swap it out for the Phoenix I'm carrying right now, which is also another favorites. And I put up a video each year that talks about why I believe that working with my hands is so important to my mental and I guess physical health for that reason. And part of that is the color, and it really happened over the last few weeks. So I keep talking about this silly quilt, and maybe every quilt is a silly quilt, and please don't take offense to that. But as silly as they may be, they could also be life-changing, folks. And working around these fabrics really, really helped me the last few days. So that was really exciting. Really, really fun. I do also want to talk real quick about the fabrics up on the wall here before I go much further here. This right here is block number 1 from the Arabella block of the month, and this is going to be block number 2. Okay, so let's real quick give you Arabella here and zoom out a little bit if I can. Now this is a wonderful block of the month program. The pre-cut kits have already sold out. We still have a few of the standard kits. It's from A Wing and a Prayer Design, Tony Steer, and Jenny, and they do a fantastic job. And I have decided, folks, as you can see, I'm going to be wearing my Passion for Precision shirt, and I'm going to do my best to get these points as accurate as possible. And I got to spend a bunch of time, a little over an hour, I believe, on the phone with Tony herself, and she was teaching me a lot of the tricks to not only understanding the way that the diagrams and the patterns and the grayscales work, which is fantastic, by the way, but also some of her tricks to the points. She taught me an idea and a way just for managing the flying geese that is incredible. So those come out in block number 2. So this is just a fantastic program. We have over 500 people participating in this with us already, so we're super excited. Like I said, we have a few of the cut your own kits still available. All of the pre-cuts are sold out, and it's just going to be super fun. But I will be doing one tutorial per month, each block as we go, and it's just going to be great. So I'm getting a little head start. I'm into block number 2. You'll all be receiving block number 1 in the next few days. Most likely this video is next Wednesdays, and then the following Wednesday on the 21st will be where we get to have that fun adventure video that you just saw the preview to there with the 4-wheel driving. So that's pretty exciting. Don't forget, folks, our block of the months are amazing. We've got usually between 30 and 40 or 50, something like that, programs a year, I said. We do a baker's dozen, and right now you can register for just $1. So make sure you check that out. That's at stitchinheaven.com. And like I said, it's just a great way to participate in just a lot of fun. And let me go ahead now and put up, while I'm bringing this down, the last of the Grateful List for today, and I have on there Sunday. Now, many of you think I probably am referring to Super Bowl Sunday, which is this coming Sunday, and I kind of am, but I'm not as into the game as I am into food and family. And that's one of the things we're going to be doing this weekend. Just happens to be that we're all going to gather up at my parents' house, and my dad bought some wonderful like roast chicken dinners from a fundraiser barbecue somewhere, and so he's got a bunch of wonderful food, and we're just going to get together and have a great time. And we spend so much time in the holidays together that we kind of get so much extra family time in, and then all of a sudden we kind of break apart for like January, and then come middle of February we start kind of craving those fun family gatherings again. So hopefully you'll all be doing something fun with your family. But I will also tell you, boy, Sunday will be a great day for quilting also, because those of you who do not love the game and the noise will most likely be sneaking off into your sewing rooms and enjoying a little bit of Sunday solitude and rest. And this is one of the things that I'm really learning about this year. I've already been talking about it several weeks in a row, about rest, about getting enough rest, and getting rest at the right time so that we can recharge, we can play hard and rest hard. And I think that's really important as well. Keeping that creative energy fluid, because sometimes if we stall out, it can be a little bit challenging to get restarted for sure. Last thing I guess I should probably talk about, you're wondering what the lime green fabric and the purple thread on the table is. Probably, I forgot to mention, that's going to go on the back of the wonky log cabin, the easiest log cabin ever. And what I'd like to know from all of you in the comments, either today or if you want to go back and put them in the recorded version of this video, I would like to do some free motion. I get a lot of questions. Folks have remembered me from the man sewing era when I was doing a lot of free motion videos. I'm assuming you would like to see me do it on what I call a domestic machine, seated or standing on a regular machine versus on like the long arm I've got across the room. Why don't you let me know in the comments below? What would you like to see? Are there a couple of motifs that maybe you would like to see? A quilt like this we can do anything with, folks, and that's one of the really cool things about a quilt like this. So why don't you let me know what you would like to see in the machine quilting, and I'll quickly prepare a video or two about machine quilting on a quilt like this, and we can take some really fun designs and we can break them down and we can put them back together into this quilt. And I think it might be a great lesson plan for many of you out there, because I keep getting many of those requests in the comments. So let me know what you think. The lime green with the purple thread will make great for the backing regardless. So let me know what you think we should do for the quilt top on the regular machine, on the long arm. But do keep in mind, folks, if we start over here, we can't really bounce over to the long arm. Technically, I could start on the long arm and bounce over here, but that might be a bit silly as well. So let's just pick one machine and stick with it for this one, and then I still have the New Year's Day quilt. So whatever we do for this quilt, then we'll do the other for the New Year's Day quilt. How's that sound? And you can tell I'm making this up as I go, but sounds like a good plan to me. That's what adventure is all about, right? So let me go ahead and take a minute with you all and check in. Oh, great. I'm seeing folks popping in. Thank you, Diane, for the congratulations. And let me make sure I can follow along with all of you. There's so many comments today. Thank you again for that. Oh, great. Oh, ACJ, I see you out there. I bet you're going to love Elijah. Yeah, he is great. Wonderful. Yes, I will be at Stitchin Heaven March 4th through 8th are the days I will be on the ground in Quitman, Texas. So I fly in, I think, on the 3rd and back out on the 9th. So Monday through Friday, March 4th through 8th, I believe. I will be in at Stitchin Heaven in Texas. So for the part of the hop. And like I said, folks, with the hop, we have awesome stuff like the Arrow furniture and kits and yardlings and things that will be super discounted in the shop. I think up to maybe 30% off. Don't quote me on that, but you can check the website. And then also the extended hours are also posted on our website. So make sure you check that out as well for the All Texas Shop Hop. It's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, subscribers are bouncing really fast. ACJ, isn't that exciting? Yes, I'm definitely safe from the south. Okay, we had a fun tornado watch for about 3 minutes and a bunch of surfboards got blown over. We were okay. My daughter was a little nervous. She's here in California at the moment. And but other than that, it was really pretty okay for us here in Central California. From the folks from Santa Barbara down south, a lot more flooding. But I always appreciate it, and I do. I get emails from all of you asking me if I'm okay, and I appreciate that so much. Pretty cool. Oh, wow. Lots more comments coming in. Let me get focused again here. How fun. I'm enjoying reading. I'll go back and read more of these later. I'm trying to piece the 7 sizes of flying geese into... Elaine, I'm not sure if you have a question here with your flying geese, measuring them. If I'm reading, I read slow and it's hard when I know you're all watching me. I'm not sure if you're talking about getting your flying geese here to measure at 10 inches, but Tony was talking about not only measuring from this corner tip. Let me see if this helps a little bit. Not only measuring here from this corner tip down the 1/4 inch, so you're making sure you have a 1/4 inch here, but then like, let's say if I needed a 10-inch raw, so that means it's going to be 10 and a half, or excuse me, a 10-inch finish, so 10 and a half, then I'm going to measure here to 5 1/4. I'm going to make sure I have 5 1/4 inches right there in the center and trim. So I'm actually trimming all 4 sides, starting at the top with a 1/4 inch, then I come to the other side to get what I need, and then I trim off both sides with that center. That's what Tony was teaching me. I hope that helped a little bit, Elaine. I was reading really fast. I appreciate the comments about man sewing. Thank you. It was a lot of fun getting to do that. I am very, very happy to get to be here now. And if you haven't heard, yes, this is where all of my energy and all of my content is being put forth. I like that a lot. I'd like to see motifs that could go from edge to edge. Boy, that could be one of the things I would be most challenged with. And if you didn't understand the question that was just asked in the comments, motifs that go edge to edge, she's speaking of machine quilting. And so that was free motion designs that kind of go from edge to edge. For me, I'm much more of a doodle quilter, but when I'm working with borders, I will run things that often stay within the border. So give me a minute to think on that one, if you will, please. I would appreciate that. All right, let's see. Long arm and swirls. Carl has reported in this morning, folks. He's on the road. He is driving. I checked in with him this morning. I appreciate ACJ being worried about Carl. Carl, when you watch this later, we love you and we are worried about you. Thank you for checking in with me this morning so we wouldn't be concerned. I love this. This is what the sewing community should be like, folks. Thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me for a few minutes. This is so great. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, I love to learn how to do it on a domestic. Sounds good to me. Domestic. Okay, I see that. I think we're going to go domestic first, and sounds great, folks. Okay, it looks like I have, regular machine feathers will be fun, and that was the other thing I was thinking. Sometimes you can actually run machine feathers from edge to edge. You can either split them or you can run them, all the way along borders. So we'll keep working on this. You all deserve good machine quilting videos. I can't say I'm the one for it, but I can say I'll try. How's that sound? All right, making sure I haven't missed any of you out there. Okay, fantastic. Jenny, I'm glad you were here with us today. This is great. All right, folks. Well, in that case, again, let's all give Elijah a giant welcome to the Stitchin Heaven family. You will be seeing the benefits of having a very young and talented camera person doing a lot of fun things for us. We'll also be able to use that to showcase our products better. We know how many of you support us from all of the other states out there, and we really, really do appreciate that. So again, it helps us grow. Please continue to share the YouTube channel. That helps us grow as well. And we'll continually do our best to wow you, as is our mission statement, folks. Making sure I haven't missed anything here. Yep. Okay, I've got it. Sounds great, folks. Thank you again for being here. You all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's something you're into. Enjoy your quilting if that's something you're not. Well, the Super Bowl is something you're not into. I was going to say, you know what I was going to say. That's silly. Maybe I better just sign off now, right? Sounds good, folks. Hey, thanks again for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend until we see you on Wednesday with that awesome